Number 9. Black caiman. These jet-colored crocodilians eat pretty much anything, but their favorite snacks are lesser reptiles and giant rodents like capybara. Although black caimans are just a hair smaller than traditional crocodiles, they are certainly no slouch in the size department. These beasts have been known to stretch a full 13 feet, or the equivalent of 2 refrigerators laid end to end on top of each other. What's more, black caimans have precisely zero fear of people and enthusiastically attack us as often as possible. Between 2008 and 2013 alone, black caimans attacked 43 people, and 1 in 5 of them died. That's a span of 5 short years and only documented attacks. Who knows how many others there were? For its sheer bloodlust and complete lack of fear, the black caiman ranks way up there as one of the scariest crocodilians on the planet. Number 8. Mugger crocodile. Muggers crocodiles are nasty animals, terrorizing Southeast Asia and parts of the Middle East, and possibly lurking in a freshwater pond or lake near you. These bad boys can grow to almost 17 feet long, which is almost as long as a giraffe is tall. If you think that's terrifying, wait until you hear the best part. Mugger crocodiles have jaws of steel, and their bite is so brutal that a third of their human victims perish. Mugger crocodiles attack roughly 20 people per year, and while they don't specifically seek us out to feed, they have been known to pursue humans aggressively. You know, kill for sport. They are widely considered to be in the top 3 most deadly crocodilian species worldwide, which is horrifying when you consider the company they have to keep to stay in one of the top spots. Mugger crocodiles tend to get extra feisty when you mess with their territory, which the people of Chhattisgarh, India, learned the hard way. In 2011, they displaced some mugger crocodiles from the Vishwamitri River, and the number of local attacks on people and livestock shot up dramatically. Lesson learned: leave the muggers alone. Number 7. Alligator gar. Although the alligator gar is technically a fish, you'd be forgiven for thinking that this bizarre-looking creature was a reptile at heart. The largest of the gar species, alligator gar, is a freshwater creature native to North America which has a long and ancient history. These fascinating fish can trace their lineage all the way back to early Cretaceous period. That's over 100 million years ago, back when Tyrannosaurus rex dominated the land. In addition to being a portal to the past, alligator gar are damn tasty and a true backwoods treat. Although they look fearsome, alligator gar are quite docile and rarely attack humans, except in the most stealthy way imaginable, with their eggs. Alligator gar eggs are jam-packed with poison, an evolutionary advantage that keeps predators at bay and the alligator gar population thriving. Maybe that's why they've been around since prehistoric times. Number 6. Gharial. The gharial hails from India and Nepal and is one of the strangest looking crocodiles that you're likely to ever lay eyes on. Their snout is long and thin, but don't let its lack of broadness lull you into a sense of false security. Those jaws are full to the brim with tons of razor-sharp teeth. Most adult gharials have at least 100 sharp teeth that they use to snare fish, their favorite prey, and munch on corpses, their second favorite prey. The gharial is a ghoul, living to feast upon the dead that routinely float down the Ganges after funerals. Although they don't typically attack people, these creatures have more than certainly acquired a taste for human flesh. If they ever decide to mosey out of their river homes, we have a big problem on our hands. Gharials are 15 feet long, or almost the length of 3 average height women standing on top of each other's shoulders. There's absolutely no doubt that they could overpower even a robust person. It's only a matter of will. Number 5. American alligator. The American alligator can be found all over the Americas, and it wreaks havoc wherever it slithers. This creature lives in saltwater and freshwater interchangeably, and you can even find it hiding away in the brackish waters near the coast. For many places in the Americas, particularly in the southern United States and Central America, there's simply no escaping this aggressive alligator. American alligators stretch to about 16.5 feet long, which is 3 feet longer than your average Volkswagen Beetle. Their general diet doesn't necessarily include humans, but they are not averse to picking off a person or two if it suits their fancy. American alligators also have a disturbing fatality ratio, with nearly 25% of their victims succumbing to injuries. Sadly, these animals often find the easiest prey to be domesticated animals, which is why you should never let Fido off his leash in the park. Humans that get between gators and their pets often meet tragic ends, like in 2018 when a South Carolina woman was mauled by an American alligator trying to protect her dog. A Floridian woman died the same year, just 2 months earlier, under the same circumstances. Number 4. Speckled caiman. Although not as aggressive as its cousin, the black caiman, speckled caimans are still known to be territorial and unpredictable, and they don't exhibit hardly any fear of humans at all. These crocodilians are on the smaller side, spanning only about 9 feet long, or a touch longer than your average Christmas tree is tall. Still, they can move quickly and ambush their prey. Speckled caiman live in tropical regions in Central and South America, reigning over small rivers and jungle ponds where they feast on fish and other amphibians. Although speckled caiman won't go out of their way to hurt people like the Cuban crocodile or Nile crocodile, they will still react hostilely when surprised, making them a danger to any backwoods jungle backpacker or explorer. You just never know when you're gonna cross paths with one. Number 3. Saltwater crocodile. The saltwater crocodile has a cute nickname, Salty, but its demeanor is anything but cuddly. This antagonistic animal lives mostly in Southeast Asia, extending into parts of India and regions of Australia. Although you'd be forgiven for thinking that these creatures live in briny water, saltwater crocodiles are extremely adaptable and can live pretty much anywhere. Like most crocs, they love brackish water, and you can usually catch them lurking in swamps and still ponds. Saltwater crocodiles can stretch a full 20 feet long, or the length of 3 Michael Jordans standing on top of each other's shoulders. They're also quite big and beefy, weighing 1,100 pounds, or the weight of your average small hot tub. Unlike hot tubs, these animals don't inspire relaxation. Try unadulterated, paralyzing fear. Although saltwater crocodiles don't attack as much as their Nile crocodile counterparts, they still kill an average of 25% of their victims. Their body count is higher than sharks, and plenty of surfers actually fear saltwater crocodiles more than great whites. Number 2. Cuban crocodile. This localized croc is native to Cuba, and you will really only come across it if you're in that specific country, which is good news for the rest of the world because Cuban crocodiles can be nasty. They are comparably smaller than other crocodilians on our list, but they are proof positive that ferocity knows no size. Clocking in at 473 pounds, Cuban crocodiles are still much bigger than your average human and weigh the equivalent of 4 baby hippos. They're endangered as well as being a danger to anyone unlucky enough to cross paths with them. Cuban crocodiles are not afraid of conflict with humans. They tend to be aggressive and offensive, sometimes even pursuing their prey with surprising speed. Cuban crocodiles can maneuver better than most crocodilians on land, making them fierce fighters and dangerous to anyone who wanders unwillingly into their territory. Captive Cuban crocodiles are also known to surprise attack people, with one notable case being at a Swedish benefit at the Skansen Aquarium. The croc pulled a guest speaker's arm into its watery tank, chomping down hard before it was sedated. Fortunately, the man survived. Number 1. Nile crocodile. This infamous beastie lives all over the continent of Africa and is one of the scourges of that part of the world. The only place where you won't find the Nile crocodile in Africa is in the Sahara Desert, where you're likely to have other problems altogether. Like the American alligator and other deadly crocodilians, the Nile crocodile does just fine in both salt and fresh water. However, it prefers brackish water conditions, a mixture of salty and fresh. Nile crocodiles stretch a full, terrifying 20 feet long, which is roughly the length of your average school bus. They're also ornery as all hell, and have absolutely no problem sinking their teeth into the nearest human being. Nile crocodiles attack 300 people every single year. On top of that, their bite isn't something that you're likely to walk away from. A conservative average of 63% of Nile crocodile bites are fatal. The Nile crocodile may have also influenced the course of World War II, when the Japanese Imperial Army and the Allies were fighting it out in Myanmar, a country in Southeast Asia. The troops were sparring on Ramri Island when the Imperial Army had to retreat. Unfortunately, they picked a Nile crocodile hotspot to spend the night. 1,000 soldiers went into the mangrove swamp, and only 20 lived to tell the tale the next day. Thanks for watching. Would you rather wrestle a Cuban crocodile or spend the weekend in the Amazon River Basin alone? Let us know in the comments section below.